Chapter 9. The Trail of the Titanic. Ippolit Matveevich woke up as usual at 7:30. He mumbled a Guten Morgen and headed for the wash basin, which was conveniently located right there in the janitor's room. He washed with gusto, spitting, muttering, and shaking his head to get the water out of his ears. Drying off felt good, but when Ippolit Matveevich lowered the towel from his face, he saw that it was stained with the same radical black dye that had been coloring his horizontal mustache since the day before yesterday. Ippolit Matveevich's heart sank immediately. He rushed to his pocket mirror, which was lying on a chair. The mirror reflected a large nose and a left mustache as green as young grass. Ippolit Matveevich hastily moved the mirror to the right. The right mustache was the same disgusting color. Bending his head as if wanting to butt the mirror, the unfortunate man saw that the radical black color still dominated the center of his mustache, but around the edges, it was bordered by the same grassy green fringe. Ippolit Matveevich's entire being let out such a loud groan that Ostap Bender opened his clear blue eyes. "Are you crazy?" Bender exclaimed, and immediately closed his sleepy eyelids again. Comrade Bender, the victim of the Titanic, whispered imploringly. Ostap woke up after much prodding and persuasion. He looked attentively at Ippolit Matveevich and burst out laughing joyfully. Turning away from the director-founder of the concession, the chief supervisor of works and technical director convulsed, grabbed the back of the bed, shouted "I can't," and raged again. "That's not nice of you, Comrade Bender," said Ippolit Matveevich, twitching his green mustache with a tremor. This gave new strength to Ostap, who had already been exhausted. His sincere laughter continued for another 10 minutes. Catching his breath, he immediately became very serious. "Why are you looking at me with such angry eyes, like a soldier at a louse? You should look at yourself." "But the pharmacist told me that it would be a radical black color. It doesn't wash off with cold or hot water, or soap suds or kerosene, contraband goods." "Contraband? All contraband is made in Odessa on Malaya Arnitskaya Street. Show me the bottle, and then look here. Did you read this?" "I read it." "This in small letters. It clearly says that after washing with hot and cold water or soap suds and kerosene, the hair should not be wiped, but dried in the sun or with a Primus stove. Why didn't you dry it? Where are you going to go now with this green fake?" Ippolit Matveevich was crushed. Tikhon entered. Seeing the master with a green mustache, he crossed himself and asked for a hair of the dog. "Give a ruble to the hero of labor," Ostap suggested, "and please don't put it on my account. This is your intimate business with a former colleague. Wait, father, don't go, there's a deal." Ostap started a conversation with the janitor about furniture, and in 5 minutes the concessionaires knew everything. All the furniture in 1919 had been taken to the housing department, except for one hotel chair, which was first owned by Tikhon, and then taken from him by the head of supplies of the second house of Social Security. "So it's here in the house." "It's here, standing." "And tell me, my friend," Vorobyaninov asked, dying, "when you had the chair, did you repair it?" "It's impossible to repair it. In the old days, the work was good. Such a chair can last another 30 years. "Well, go, my friend, take another ruble, but don't tell anyone that I've arrived." "My lips are sealed, citizen Vorobyaninov." After sending the janitor away and shouting, "The ice has broken," Ostap Bender turned again to Ippolit Matveevich's mustache. "I'll have to dye it again. Give me the money, I'll go to the pharmacy. Your Titanic is no good, only good for dyeing dogs. Now, in the old days, there was a dye. A racing professor told me a thrilling story. Are you interested in racing? No, too bad, a thrilling thing. So, there was such a famous crook, Count Drutsky. He lost 500,000 at the races, the king of losses. When he had nothing left but debts and the count was thinking about suicide, a little crook gave him a wonderful piece of advice for 50 rubles. The count left and returned a year later with an Orlov Trotter 3-year-old. After that, the count not only got his money back, but even won another 300,000. His Orlov Makler with an excellent certificate always came first. At the Derby, he beat Macman by a whole length. Boom. But then Kurechkin, have you heard of him? Notices that all the Orlovs are starting to change color. Only Makler, like a dummy, doesn't change color. The scandal was unheard of. The count was given 3 years. It turned out that Makler was not an Orlov, but a repainted half-breed, and half-breeds are much faster than Orlovs and they don't let them near them for a mile. How about that? That's a dye, not like your mustache. "But the certificate, he had an excellent certificate." "The same as the label on your Titanic fake. Give me the money for new dye." Ostap returned with a new mixture. "Naiad may be better than your Titanic. Take off your jacket." The ritual of repainting began, but the amazing chestnut color, giving the hair tenderness and fluffiness, mixed with the green of the Titanic, unexpectedly colored Ippolit Matveevich's head and mustache in the colors of the solar spectrum. Having eaten nothing since morning, Vorobyaninov angrily cursed all the perfume factories, both state-owned and underground, located in Odessa on Malaya Arnitskaya Street. "Such a mustache must not even be found on Aristide Briand," Ostap remarked cheerfully, "but living with such ultraviolet hair in Soviet Russia is not recommended. We'll have to shave it off." "I can't," Ippolit Matveevich replied mournfully. "It's impossible." What is your mustache dear to you as a memory? I can't, Vorobyaninov repeated, hanging his head. Then you'll sit in the janitor's room all your life, and I'll go for the chairs. By the way, the first chair is over our heads. Shave it. Finding scissors, Bender quickly snipped off the mustache, and they, grown by Ippolit Matveyevich for decades, fell silently to the floor. Hairs of radical black color, green and ultraviolet, fell from his head. Finishing with the haircut, the technical director took an old Gillette razor from his pocket and a spare blade from his wallet and began to shave the almost crying Ippolit Matveyevich. I'm spending my last blade on you. Don't forget to write down 2 rubles to my debit for shaving and haircut. Shuddering with grief, Ippolit Matveyevich still asked, why is it so expensive? It costs 40 kopecks everywhere. For conspiracy, Comrade Field Marshal, Bender replied quickly. Suffering of a man whose head is being shaved with a safety razor is incredible. Ippolit Matveyevich understood this from the very beginning of the operation. In the middle, Ostap interrupted his terrible business and sweetly asked, is the little razor bothering you? Of course it's bothering me, Vorobyaninov suffered. Why is it bothering you, Mr. Leader? It's not Soviet, but foreign. But the end, which comes to everything, came. It's ready, the meeting continues. Nervous people are asked not to look. Now you look like Bobrikin, a famous couplet writer. Ippolit Matveyevich shook off the disgusting clumps that had so recently been beautiful gray hairs, washed himself, and feeling a strong burning sensation all over his head, stared into the mirror for the 100th time today. What he saw, he unexpectedly liked. A face distorted by suffering, but rather youthful, of an actor without engagement, looked at him. Well, march forward, the trumpet is calling, Ostap shouted. I'm following the trail to the housing department, or rather, to the house in which the housing department once was, and you to the old women. I can't, said Ippolit Matveyevich. It will be very difficult for me to enter my own house. Ah yes, a thrilling story, a barren exile. Okay, you go to the housing department and I'll work here. Assembly point in the janitor's room, Paradele.